evening, everyone. I am Arita Battiest with the St. Matthew Presbyterian Church in Broken Bow, Oklahoma, and I am a COP there, and I'm on the committee, on the connecting committee. And so I'm going to talk about honoring our original indigenous and habitats land of acknowledgement. So, we gratefully acknowledge the Native peoples on whose ancestral homelands we gather as the diverse and vibrant Native communities who make their home here today. So land acknowledgement is a traditional custom that dates back centuries in many Native nations and communities. So today, land acknowledgements are used by Native peoples and non-Natives to recognize the indigenous people who are the original stewardess of the lands on which we live now. Before public events and other important gatherings hosted by the National Museum of the American Indian, a speaker offers this acknowledgement displayed in the quote container on behalf of everyone present. After the millennia of Native history and centuries of displacement and dispositions, acknowledging original indigenous inhabitants is a complex. And many places in the Americas have been home to different Native nations over time, and many indigenous people no longer live on lands to sense of belonging to an ancestral homelands and protect these connections through indigenous languages, oral traditions, ceremonies, and other forms of culture expressions. The museum's acknowledgement is intended to recognize the indigenous people who have lived where we now work over the long span of human history and the large contemporary Native population that lives in the Washington area and New York City today. So when people ask for guidance in making land acknowledgements, we suggest reaching out directly to local indigenous communities and to Native nations forcibly removed from the area in the past to ask how they want to be recognized. Land acknowledgements can be spoken at the beginning of public and private gatherings, from school programs and sporting events to town halls. Making a land acknowledgement should be motivated by genuine respect and support for Native peoples. Speaking and hearing words of recognition is an important step in creating accountable, continuous, and respectful relationships with indigenous nations and communities. So I like to say halito in Choctaw means hello. Why is Native land acknowledgement important? Because when we talk about land is a part of who we are. It's a mixture of our blood, our past, our current, and our future. We carry our ancestors in us, and they're all around us. People are working to heal their traumas by learning their languages and support their nations. We need to share in Native people's discomfort. They have been uncomfortable for a long time. We have to try by starting with good intentions, and good heart is what matters the most. Today, Native people continue to protect and remain in relationship with these relatives and will do so until the end of time. It is to honor these beginning and recognize the ongoing dedication and importance of Native culture within our communities and within the land that we gather, live, learn, and work on. Yagoki means thank you. And I have a map put on there where, we mostly I'm talking about our 4 states, which is Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. And I didn't put on there, but I did study kind of a little bit on the map there that where our, we have at least in Oklahoma, 39 different tribes, but only 5 of them are considered indigenous because they were already here on the territory. And rest of us, like the Choctaw, we came from Mississippi. Texas has 3 tribes. Louisiana has 4 tribes. Arkansas has 8 tribes. And so I didn't realize Oklahoma had that much, but we do. So, and I'd like to also sing you a song, Amazing Grace, which well, I'm sure a lot of y'all know the English part, but I can sing it and then I can sing it in my own language. So Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Jehovah shit, I cannot. I choke my feet, Nashki. Ayo shoba fili kama sa kong glofi na tok. Yogoki, thank you.